Hello, I'm Scott with Sounds Photography, and today we're going to go over a few things since the live video has been removed. We're going to go over the RiceBowl. So I had a few questions. Let me grab an insert ring and a... So here we have the insert ring and the speed ring. So the insert ring on this is a Bowen's. So the outer is called the speed ring. The inner is called the insert ring. You can get Broncolor, Pro Photo, Alien B, whatever insert ring you want to put in here. But again, the speed ring is the 16 hold unit itself. Here we have an RB190. So let's unfold this. Grab my red rod. So I know if I grab the red rod, the opposite side is going to be the yellow rod. So again, one of the things I brought up in the video that should be 101 on the things is I grab from right here. This is where my fulcrum point is to bend the rods. So I'll put this one in, then I'll bring my hand up and grab it, and I'll grab the yellow rod and I'll put it in. Again, you can see I'm grabbing it from here, and I'm not grabbing it from up here. Now we'll grab the green one, and we'll grab the blue one. Again, I'm going slow. There's no race on this. I can put this sucker together fast, but then you're not going to be able to see everything I'm doing. So now we have it into the box shape. Now I'm going to go in between this rod and this rod, and I'm going to grab this rod and place it in the center. And you can see I'm bending from the center of this rod in between here and this modifier. It's a lot easier to bend there, and your thumb will not hurt as much when you're starting out. And the reason why is you're not trying to force from this little spot inwards. Because again, the longer the fulcrum point, the easier it is to bend the rod. So now we got the octa shape. Now I'm going to go every other rod until it's fully extended. There you go. Now you can see it's in the RiceBowl shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little Velcro and I'm going to lay it on top of this rod to start. And I'm just going to start right there and put my Velcro and lock it on. Once it's locked there, then I can bring my thumb up here and then seal it. I do the same thing on every single one of them. Sometimes you can't do it standing up, so it's easier just to set it on the ground. Bend that rod right over, start my Velcro, and once I get the Velcro started, then just bring it around. So again, I just pull over the rod, start the Velcro, and then slide it up. Bend it over the rod, start my Velcro, and then bring it up. So now we are sealed. What was brought up about the video, that since it was deleted, was about this zipper system right here. So we're going to stand over. Again, as I explained in the video, if you have a Pro S bracket or the 600 or any mono light, whatever you're using, your strobe, it's best to take the light or the Pro S bracket off the stand, and instead of trying to mount it onto the stand. It's easier to set it on the ground. Find my zipper and lock it on, and then put it on the stand. So since I already have this pre-tilted, I'll bring this up just like this. I'll loosen that one up so I can spin it. I'm going to bring this around and face it straight towards the camera. I'm going to open up the zipper, and normally when I'm on a stand, I'm usually using a boom, or I'm using the pistol grip stand, or I'm using the stand or the ceiling mount stands, because I want to get underneath this box. I don't want the stand to inhibit. Even though I can get through here right now and still with a stand like this, I'd rather have a lot more open space and not be able to trip over stand legs. So once it's like this, we can actually raise it up a little higher. What's nice about this is I'm fully standing up. If I was shooting with a different modifier that didn't have this zipper, then I would have to be down underneath here to shoot. The nice thing about the zipper is I can put my lens through the zipper and then close up the zipper. Guess you gotta lock the stand, huh? Okay, but I can close up the zipper with my lens through here. So the only thing that's through this hole is the lens. And I can see through my viewfinder, and I can have a stand right behind here, so I don't have to sit there and hold it and just click the shutter button. But again, I'm shooting through here instead of having to shoot from underneath here, which makes this really nice. And you just close the zipper up over your lens, so that way you get the most silver around your reflector surface around your lens. Again, you can use another stand and bring your light modifier or strobe in this way and use it like the chopstick. But again, now that the chopstick is finally finished, we can use the chopstick and not have to use the zipper. But again, you can use this zipper to put gobos in. You can use it to do anything by putting through this zipper. So this 190 is equal to basically the Elinchrom Deep Octa, which is Elinchrome's most sold and most used Octa itself. This one here, of course, is the RiceBowl. The difference between the RiceBowl and the Deep Octa is you get a grid with the RiceBowl, which you don't get with the Deep Octa. Again, you can use an Elinchrom, Pro Photo, whatever insert ring on here, so you can use this on your Elinchrom. But the nice thing about it is if you want that grid for the Deep Octa, it's going to cost you over $200 and something odd dollars, where the grid is included in this. And then this one here is a 2x2x2 grid, which is better than the ones that you normally get for the Deep Octa anyway. Actually, when I say better, I mean it actually focuses the light more with a 2x2x2 instead of a 1.5 by 1.5, or it could be a 6x6 or whatever ones they sell. All right, this one here is the smallest one of the rice bowls. There's the 120 and the 150. If you have a large studio with 13-foot ceilings and higher, then the 150 is going to be the one that's going to work great in your studio, because it's going to give beautiful light no matter what. The 120 I think is most versatile for out on location and studio work, because it actually is a nice large size, but it's not too large that I can't use it in my garage studio, which only has 8-foot ceilings, compared to my other studio that has 13-foot ceilings. The 90 is great for location work. Also, it's great for beauty shots. It's great. It's nice, compact, and small. Again, pick the one that best fits your needs. Again, I can't pick it for you because I don't know what your needs are going to be. But mine, I love the 120 over any of the other ones, just because I can actually, it's the easiest one to set up because the length of the rods are just right and everything, and it's just easier. Again, if you cannot tilt your modifier down like this because your ceilings are too short, then your modifier is too big. So that would give you kind of a clue. Because again, you don't want your modifier always being like this. And again, if your modifier is always like this, it's better to go with the shorter distance modifier, because the length from here to here is a lot longer on a RiceBowl than a standard modifier. So like my 8-foot probably only comes out to about here, and it's not all the way out here. So my 8-foot, I can put it all the way up against the wall and it's really low profiled, where this is not a low profiled system. And that's the reason why, because it gives you more contrasty, more focused light with this compared to more of a spread of a flatter or lower profiled modifier. So let's take this guy apart. Again, I will remove it off the stand, move the stand out of the way, set it on the ground, then take off my Pro S bracket or my 600 or whatever. Again, by doing it this way, we're not bending over the edges on the like a Pro S bracket. Or if you had the 600, if you put it in crooked, you might get two of them in, and all of a sudden it falls off. You're going to bend the mounting system, and then you're going to have to bend it back, and it weakens the system, and you don't want to do that. Best thing to do is take the modifier off, put it on that way. Taking it apart, it's just as easy. Just going to pull the Velcro out, split it like a banana. I just go through my colored rods. Again, I'm pulling from the center. And every once in a while, you might see me jump up there and grab it from up here. But it's rarely that I do that. But once you get to the softbox shape, which is this, the first one to come out is a piece of cake. When it's like this, it becomes a little harder. So the thing is I will put the rod up against the inside of my foot. So pretend like this is my foot. And I will put my foot right up against it. So then I can use my arm weight to bend down. And you can see me bend this rod. It's bowed. And I can pull it out a lot easier. So I will put it against my foot, like right now. And I'll just pull it out. Same way with the second rod. The last rod just slides out. Again, I call this the bat wing position. You just take it, fold it in half, fold it in half again, and just roll it, and it's good for easier storing. Again, this does come with the inner diffuser, outer diffuser, and a grid system. Two accessories that you can buy for this is the dim sum dish and the chopstick. The nice thing about if you get a chopstick, it comes with a yoke system. So you have this onto a metal bracket, which I should have brought one in here. But the thing is, you don't have to use all 16 holes if you're using a strip box, a soft box, or an octa. Most modifier companies that I know of has a rod system like this. One side will be a fat, thicker rod. Shield over the end, and on this side might be the small one, and they make it that reason so it fits all different kinds of speed rings. So if the one that you get is too fat on the end, normally you just have to take the rod out, spin it around, and the smaller one will fit inside that unit. It's very rare, but some Chinese places actually use the same size end piece on both sides, where most of them, that, like Ellen Chrome or anywhere else, most of them have a large and a small, just so you know that. So you can use a strip box, you can use an octa, you can use a soft box using the yoke system and the the chopstick itself. So don't just have to be used for this. Most, pretty much 98% of the time, like I said earlier on certain things, if I'm using the rice bowl, I'm using the dim sum dish. Again, I like the dim sum dish because it gets rid of the hot spot and then focuses the light out through the sides to give this really soft light. And I normally use it because I just like it. It's not really a beauty dish, but it's kind of gives you that beauty dish kind of setup, because that's what a beauty dish does. That front little dish just gets rid of the hot spot and spreads the light through the dish itself and then pushes it forward. The other percent or 2% basically is I'm going to use the inner diffuser. I never use the outer diffuser, and I don't use the grid. Again, because I'm shooting open areas, so I don't have to use the grid. But if you're in a tight, confined area, then the grid is a necessary thing to have. And the good thing is comes with the system itself, and you don't have to buy it separately like some other companies you have to. Again, the RiceBowl is the most versatile softbox or octa, whatever you want to call it, out there, because again, it has the indirect system, it has the beauty dish, dim sum dish, it has the inner outer diffuser and the grid. Again, these were questions that brought up after the live video was removed about the zipper system and installing the rods properly, because again, sure, your thumb might hurt every once in a while, but once you do it enough times, you build up a tolerance. It's just like playing guitar for the first time. When you start playing guitar, the strings and the frets really start hurting your fingers, and you can only play for so long. And then after a while of playing, then you're playing gigs out on location, and you can be playing 16 hours and your fingers aren't hurting anymore because your fingers have already built up a tolerance. I do not have calluses on my fingers, but I do have, because I do play guitar, and but I don't have the sensitivity that I did when I first started. Again, my name is Scott with Sean's Photography. These were the questions that were asked, and I figured I'd make another video, and thank you for watching.